Hey folks, welcome back. So I'm sure you've already read the title so you know what we're doing, but this week we're gonna try planting some potatoes. So I've got here a 50-pound bag of seed potatoes, and they are Lehigh. Never had them before, but the feed store, the farm store, whatever you want to call it, that's what they had, and so I decided to pick up a bag of these and try them out. Now the first step with these things is to dump them out of here, sort out any ones that are bad, and I think there are because I noticed there's a spot right here that looks like it might have gotten a little bit wet from one that was not so great. Sort out any of those, and then all the good ones, we need to chop them up into smaller pieces that have like a couple eyes on them each. The eye is the part that the potato grows out of, the plant of it grows out of. So get those all divided up. We'll let them set here for another couple days, and then once they kind of get scabbed over on the cut parts, then we can plant them. All right, well, it's been a couple days now since we cut the potatoes, so they are ready to go in the ground. But before we can do that, we need to do a little bit of prep to the ground before we can start putting in rows and planting. So they're gonna go in kind of this triangular section right in here, kind of on this side of the power poles, and then between the driveway as well. So sort of a triangular area in there. And hopefully that should be enough space for all 50 pounds of those seed potatoes. All right, we kind of got that scraped. I'd never really done much with trying to clean that area up too well after we'd cleaned the barn out of there, so I kind of wanted to try scraping any little bits of metal roofing or scraps of boards, anything like that, kind of get that off to the sides. And then also that kind of helped to rip out any of the little weeds and grass and stuff like that that was starting to grow in that area as well. It's not perfect, but I think it should be fine. So the next step is to grab the potato plow out of the back of the truck. We'll get that hooked up on the Massey, and then we'll start cutting ourselves some rows in there to put the potatoes in. All right, well, we've got our, I guess they're furrows in there. I think that's probably the right term for it. Whatever they are, they're in place. As you saw, I had to go back through with a shovel and kind of clean them out a little bit. I haven't run over that area with a plow or anything before, so the ground was a little bit clumpy. The soil's really sandy through here to start with, so it wasn't too bad, but there were some stuff I had to kind of go through, break up, and get a little bit of that shovel out of the way. So now we're gonna grab our potatoes that are over on the table back there. Probably throw those in a bucket or two, take those out there, and we'll start planting. All right, well, we've gotten potatoes in all of the rows that I've done, and there's still more left over. I kind of had a feeling we were going to be pretty tight for row space once I'd finished the first bucket of potatoes, and I'd used up like 2/3 of what I'd done as far as what I had for row length. So we're going to pull the tractor back out and do a little bit more, and then whatever we can fit in there, we're just going to put them in as close as we need to get rid of the rest of these and call it good enough. Alrighty folks, well, it has been a week and a half or 2 weeks now since we planted these things, and they're starting to come up real nice. There's still some areas where they haven't quite come up yet, but I think they'll be coming up here before too long. So the next step of this will be in another few weeks or so, once the plants get up maybe 8 or 10 inches tall, is to hill the dirt back up around them. And I don't know, we may circle back around and add that into another video when we do that. I'm not sure, we may just skip right on to harvest later this year. I don't know, we'll see. But either way, that is all we're going to include for this video. So as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.